on the heels of that comes this news about Raphael Warnock. We've got it in a speech in 2013. Warnock said that the Nation of Islam was important for the development of theology, black theology. He's kind of out of his league on this stuff, and yet there he says it. It was the black Muslims who challenged black preachers and said, you're promulgating the white man's religion. That's a slave religion. You're telling people to focus on heaven. Meanwhile, they're catching hell, Warnock says in the video. The Nation of Islam, this is what he says. He's got some issues, and we're going to have to address these issues with Warnock. Let's see some of this.
Can you discuss whether the black church is having the same type of attendance problems that the so-called mainstream white churches and synagogues are having, and if so, why or why not?
Well, the Nation of Islam is significant, but its numbers don't come anywhere near the membership of our churches. Its voice has been important, and its voice has been important even for the development of black theology, because it was the black Muslims who challenged black preachers and said that you're promulgating, they call the white man's religion. And that's a slave religion. You're telling people to focus on heaven, meanwhile they're catching hell. And so we've needed the witness of the Nation of Islam in a real sense to put a fire under us and keep us honest about the meaning of the proclamation coming from our pulpits.
I will give it to him. At least he recognizes the decline of mainline Protestant denominations. But to say the voice of the Nation of Islam is important because they're challenging black pastors who are promulgating, quote unquote, the white man's religion. Jesus of Nazareth was not a white guy, and his was a theology of liberation from sin, not a liberation from white men. Louis Farrakhan, of course, called Jews termites, has made other incendiary remarks. And so for Raphael Warnock to be praising this guy, listen, we have come through a time where people on the right who say terrible things are made radioactive by the media. And for the media to not go after this guy, there is an entire effort out there, legitimate effort to recognize the terrible things that Louis Farrakhan has said over the years. But it's amazing how the media gives certain politicians passes for hanging out with the guy, including Barack Obama. And now they'll give Raphael Warnock a pass. At the same time, Linda Sarsour and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, all anti-Semites, are going to start campaigning for this guy. He's going to join the Blame Israel First caucus if he gets to Washington, D.C. He is out to undermine anyone who supports Israel. He is associating himself with and defending those who would promulgate anti-Semitic rhetoric, including those who would call Jews termites, and the media is going to give him a pass on this. The media is totally going to pass Raphael Warnock off as some sort of mainstream Democrat when he's not.